Hey guys, I'm sorry this has taken so long. I'm finally doing the video about the homeschool planner. So this planner, if you don't know, I've got for free within my Facebook group. No strings attached. I literally created it just to help me with my planning, and I've shared it, and then I said I would make a video about how I do my planning in case it's helpful for anyone else. So I'm just going to go page by page and explain how I do my planning. So yeah, the title page, then the dates, then I've got a goal page. Like my oldest, when she was in kindy, she wanted to learn to read so she could read the Animal Crossing, you know, the game on Nintendo, the Animal Crossing speech bubbles. So I put that in there, just a bit of a reminder. Also any sort of excursions or things we want to do. So we want to go to Ballarat, to the gold place, I don't even know what it's called, so I'll put that in there as well. Next we've got a term overview, so it's just week by week, same thing. Then if I get to plan the Ballarat trip, I would probably put it in the week and put the dates, any sort of events like homeschool markets or special excursions or whatever, I'd put in there. The reason this is good too, especially if you're in like New South Wales where they come back and check what you've been doing, if you've got all these notes and you've done it, like if you've written down week 4 Ballarat 2 nights, and then you could just write something when you get back to just confirm you've done it. But it also, yeah, it helps keep a record of the things you're doing. So yep, the whole term's there, and look, they're not dated, I left them blank, so if anyone wanted to use them, it's literally the weeks are there, and then you can write your term in and the year, so you can use this over and over again. So this is where I don't know if it's different to how other people do it, but this is how I plan out. So on a Sunday night I will sit down and I'll go through all the things we're going to do. So, and I was writing this in a book beforehand, that's why I made a template, but so English, math, science, it's got all the subjects there, and I'll write down what we're going to do that week. So English, I might put go to the library. Maths, targeting maths, math seeds. Like English, I might also put a book that we're reading together or whatever it might be. Maybe science, our kids do online co-op, and a lot of that covers science, so I'll put that in there. I've got my pile of books here, so we have been using targeting maths as well, so I'll look through there and I'll write under maths, targeting maths page this, so I know what our goal is for the week, what we're planning to get through. I also use for planning the RSC publication textbooks. Now these are teacher textbooks and they've been great. I started using them last year, so I have these ones, and I just find it really easy. I don't like really get my child to sit down and ever do worksheets unless there's something fun in there, which with geography there has been more so, or science with some science experiments, but generally I'll go through this on the Sunday afternoon. So it'll have the, you know, teach the information, and it'll have some sort of worksheet. So then I'll have a look at what the content is and see, like we've got some other books about solar systems, so maybe we'll read from that. Maybe I'll find a documentary, but it just shows me the content that we're meant to be learning about, and then I'll write that down in there. And look, a lot of it, especially history, is conversation. So I'll write down in history, have a conversation about how my childhood was different to their childhood. But yeah, so I'll just use those. You might have something different, like for instance, you might be using the good and the beautiful for English, so you write that down. Maths, you might be using just math seeds or a different program, and you write that down. Science, your science might just be more natural at the moment. You might just, you know, go to the park and have a look for animal habitats, whatever it might be. But you write down what you're planning to do for that week in that subject. So that is the lessons by the subjects, and then I have this, which is day by day. So on every day during the week I'll put English, do whatever pages or whatever activity, maths, keyboard, and then I'll have like geography. Then Tuesday, same thing. Friday for us is we go to co-op, so they don't do a whole lot of homeschool because we're doing it there. But yeah, I will write it out by the day, you know, go to the library. I'll plan out my week using this. Now I also put in a like timed one because I know some people prefer to do it on a schedule. I do sometimes, you know, when you've got time specific things you have to do, like for Wednesday for us is a busier day because I'm facilitating the online co-ops, so I kind of have to work to a bit more of a schedule, but otherwise I generally just use it like a checklist. Monday we're doing this, Tuesday we're doing this, and plan it out. And once again, this is great for reporting. But yeah, I guess that's the basic of planning. I don't know if I like to plan. I like to plan ahead so that I don't have to focus so much time on like making my child sit down and doing textbooks, because if I go through these books and I go, oh, I can just have a conversation, or let's be intentional about this, we'll go to the museum and we'll look at this particular thing, but it just helps me when I look at the ROC publication books and plan it out this week to know that I'm still meeting milestones, I guess. I can't just like let them go and hope we hit targets. I have to have a plan, but that's just me. I plan out my whole life. Then we've got daily tasks, so I'll put maths, English, reading, the things that we really want to make sure is done every day. Everything else is a bit more flexible. I put a reading log in there to track what they've been reading, budget, and a resource tracker. The reason I put the resource tracker in there is that I feel like sometimes, you know, you download stuff that looks really fun and you want to do and you forget. So if you start to put that in there, then you can come back to it and go, oh yeah, I downloaded that worksheet, or oh yes, we were going to go to the science expedition, blah blah blah, but you've got a note of these things to check. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you have any questions at all, please drop them below. If you want the link to the Facebook group, I don't know, comment. I should be able to give you the link, but yeah, you can download this for free. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Oh, side note, I made this video on TikTok, so if that last bit didn't make sense, it's because I'm talking to TikTok, but I will post this video in Facebook as well.